Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Prime Productions. I'm here to help enhance your tabletop gaming experience. If you're new to this channel, I primarily focus on Paizo tabletop role-playing games like Pathfinder and Starfinder. And if you want to help me out, I have a Patreon and Discord, more info at the end of the video. Okay, so Paizo Live Time. Every month, Paizo puts out a Twitch video called Paizo Live, where they talk about new books and products coming down the pipeline, and I want to summarize it for you here. Now, this latest Paizo Live came out on Friday, and in order to get the video out the next day, I have to do turnaround really fast. I don't have an editor or anything, it's just me doing all of it, so this is just going to be a quickie video and I may misspeak. So this is the Paizo Live for April 11th, 2026, and this one all had a theme. All of the products were about pre-written adventures, or a series of pre-written adventures. Two of them they had talked about before but went into greater detail, and one was new. So after the initial banter that starts off every Paizo Live, they got into it. The first product was Secrets of the Unlit Star, Paizo's second beginner box. So if you don't know what a beginner box is, Paizo has already put out one, and basically it's just a box that introduces newer players to Pathfinder. This box includes pre-made iconics to play with, maps, dice, a GM booklet, and character sheets, and it starts at level 1 and goes to level 2. They said it should take about 8 hours of gameplay to complete, depending on your players, and it has cardboard pawn standees. The iconics included in this beginner box are Emiri, who is a barbarian, Sejon, who is the iconic monk, Lem, who is a bard, and Sioni the sorcerer. They said that this helped streamline the iconic box because the casters are all spontaneous, so you don't have to worry about having exact spells memorized. You can just say, oh, I ran out of first level spells. You get it. Now, the story itself takes place in Ustalov in a remote, corrupted temple to Desna, and the players have to cleanse it. The Unlit Star is a magical item that the players actually get, and it helps them cleanse the temple. They did say that this was a more sandboxy adventure than the original beginner box, which was admittedly very linear, and this one also has non-combat encounters, and the original beginner box didn't. But it still is very beginner box-esque, so you learn basic combat, and then you learn more advanced combat stuff. Then you learn about resistances and weaknesses, and you get it. You understand. The second product they talked about was Troubles in Grace. This is 6 adventures from levels 2 to 4, and they are all kind of standalone, but they all take place in the town of Grace, which is the closest town to the Temple of the Unlit Star. Now, each of the 6 adventures are designed to give you 1 level, but there are 2 second-level adventures, 2 third-level adventures, and 2 fourth-level adventures. So you can play the product, go through levels 2 through 4, or actually end at 5, and then you still have half of the product left to go through it a second time with a different group if you want. Or you can slow roll it, say each adventure only gives you half a level, and run through the entire thing. It's your choice. So they revealed very minor spoilers about each of the adventures, so I'm going to talk about them now. If you don't want any spoilers, I will put a timestamp at the bottom of the video, so when you can start listening again. The level 2 adventures are the Path River Peeler, which is a cryptid hunt for a creature that is peeling the skin off of sheep in the area. Notice, he's not shearing the wool, he's peeling the actual skin. Ew. The other level 2 adventure is called Sabotage, and it's about gremlins breaking machinery in the town of Grace. The level 3 adventures are They Hunger Below, and in this one, an engineer went down into a sinkhole in the town to try and figure out what caused the sinkhole and what's going on. He goes missing. PCs, that's you, have to go save him. The Disgraced Doll Maker is about a creepy doll maker who dies, and surprise, surprise, he actually made magical dolls that came to life and they haunt and trap his house, and PCs have to go deal with that. The level 4 adventures are Sweet Tooth, where the PCs leave town to go deal with a problem, and then I think a sweet hag attacks the town while they're gone? Maybe, they weren't super clear about that. And then the final adventure is Count of Petals, where a local vampire thinks that the town of Grace has sent a vampire hunter after him, and now he wants his vengeance. And it involves going into the Gravelands, which is this area that is controlled by this evil super lich and is right near Ustalov. All right, the third section was Tales from the Vast, and this is actually a series of 4 adventures for Starfinder. All of these are themed around like weird and wacky sci-fi space shenanigans. So again, there's minor spoilers as they gave you kind of the synopses of all of these adventures, so I'm just going to go through it. Adventure 1 is called Exploration of the Drowned Planet, and it's for levels 1 to 2. It involves exploring a moon in a place called Cosmerg's Absurdity. Now, Cosmerg's Absurdity is an area of space that is being heavily pushed by Paizo for Starfinder 2nd Edition. I've seen it show up a lot. This particular adventure will involve the Madros Sarai, who were in Galactic Ancestries. They said that the stats for them hadn't come out yet, but they have. I reviewed them in my Galactic Ancestries video, so I think they just misspoke. They also talked about a new sentient alien called the Kashiko. These are a sentient species that live in Cosmerg's Absurdity, but they do not have ancestry rules yet. But they did say that if you like them enough, Paizo will listen to you and make them a playable ancestry. So if you like these guys, go tell Paizo. All right, the second adventure is the Moonsite 250 Terror, and that is for level 3, and I think it goes into level 4. It involves exploring an abandoned way station, which is basically a space gas station plus convenience store, only it's not actually abandoned and there's like monsters there. Adventure 3 is Paradise Shutdown, and it is for levels 5, and I think it goes into level 6. It was actually written by Rue Dickey, one of the hosts for Paizo Live. They are on screen right here. It was described as Stardew Valley meets the apocalypse. Now, to understand this adventure, you need to understand Salvation's End, where it takes place. Salvation's End is a fake moon that has a whole bunch of chambers. They're called vaults, but they're chambers. And an AI runs them doing just weird social experiments. And these are terrible social experiments because the AI like clones and creates creatures whole cloth and then like tortures them to figure out what they should do. Now, there are, I think, 3 Salvation's End Starfinder 1st Edition scenarios, and they're all like really messed up, like involving making a civilization and blowing it up, or just making a whole bunch of dwarves doing the Pathfinder quest for Sky, but like making it never ending. It's all very odd and weird, and the AI has clearly gone bonkers. They did say, however, that this adventure will involve a fishing minigame because, again, Stardew Valley, so that's pretty fun. The 4th and final adventure for levels 7 and 8 is called the Sahedron Showdown, and this is a very Star Wars-y adventure, they said. It involves you going to help a bunch of rebels against the Aslanti Star Empire. And I've talked about the Aslanti before, but they're basically space fascists. Like, in every way, they're a space fascist. They are racist, authoritarian, imperialist. They're just terrible bad news. All right, and after that, they had a Q&A, but not much of what they said in the Q&A was relevant to the products that they talked about. It was all a bunch of, like, silly questions and stuff like that. And so that's all I had for today. Hey, as a reminder, I have a Patreon. I'm going to try and post something fun there once a month, but honestly, it's just a way to help keep this channel financially viable. For less than the cost of a cup of coffee a month, you can help me with new equipment like new microphones and such. And of course, I have a Discord channel. Drop by and say hi. I'd love to talk to you. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. That tells not only me, but also YouTube that you like this kind of content and would like to see more. And until next time, thank you, good luck, and happy gaming.